And during that endeavor to get that paper together, I was introduced to our speaker, Dr. Peter, not personally, but by his work. And I quickly became a fan because within the over 250 papers that he's authored or co-authored over the last 30 plus years, over 100 are related to patient growth. So I'm a fan, and I continue to be a fan as I've grown as an educator. So his CV is 50 pages long. Suffice it to say, he has a very prestigious position as Regents Professor at Baylor College of Dentistry, Texas A&M, and he is the Peter H. Bouchang Endowed Professor in the Department of Orthodontics. So when I thought of my keynote speaker, of course, he was my first choice, and he graciously accepted. We just met actually about a year ago at St. Louis, so I really appreciate you accepting the offer. And he's going to speak today on orthodontic mythbusters. I practiced that 4 times this morning for the mirror. Facts, beliefs, and prejudices pertaining to patient growth. Please, let's give a warm Anglo Midwest welcome to Dr. Peter.
And over to here. Be our lecture room for our scientific session. And if we look at our program, our welcome reception is going to be right outside the back door here. And we'll have registration packets available there if someone wasn't able to register. You'll notice there's 1 drink ticket per adult and for this reception. Starts at 5:30. Our case displays are right next door. We have a record this year, 27 candidates and affiliates. That's hats off to many of you. What I'd like to emphasize is this. I'd like each of you to make sure you get over there and look at somebody's case, more than one if you'd like, and approach these individuals and thank them for the effort they're making, and really encourage them. I think their encouragement goes a long way toward their enthusiasm about our group, and possibly they're referring others to us. So it's very impressive over there, so please go take a look. An important item, the member breakfast. We're going to have it in Broadwell's, as we've had it in 2013. You'll have a ticket or badge in your coupon in your badge. There's 4 coupons, 1 for each day. And so you surrender your coupon when you go to have breakfast. We start the breakfast at 6:30. But please note that the lectures start at 7:30 every morning. So eat quickly and get over, I guess. It's close by, so it shouldn't be a problem. But we have a wonderful program each day. I encourage you to be on time. Now, we've done something a little bit different this year in that the families are going to start eating at 8, and they're going to eat in the Everglades room. They're going to be by themselves, private, large tables, be able to get together and have a real Anglo family breakfast, and their coupons are separate. So they have separate tickets for the Everglades room in their badges, as opposed to your badge had the ticket to the Broadwell. Our reception will also be held in that location. Please bring your badge. There's a meal selection ticket in there. There's a drink ticket in there. And during that time, if any of you want your photos retaken for the roster, or if you never had your photo taken for the roster, or you had it taken but your spouse wasn't here and now she's here or he's here, please see Gary and we'll try to get that accomplished at that time during the reception portion of the banquet dinner. We have our guest, candidate, affiliate, new member, and sponsor reception. It'll be back in the Broadwell in the evening on Monday. I'd encourage sponsors to come. And again, this is a time when we can really show enthusiasm for those who are going through the membership process. If you're involved in a tour, the Segway Tour or the Sunset Cruise, you'll meet in the main lobby and be directed to transportation. There is one issue that we're working out a little bit, and that some have actually signed up for both, and there may be a time conflict on this. So,
they were on different days.
Yes, and then we had to move them to the same day for another reason, so a little bit of a mix-up. But if you have, I think it's the easiest way, if you have signed up for both tours, see myself or Ron, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. That concludes my brief orientation. We're going to get forward now with the regular portion of our business meeting agenda, and I would invite Dr. Silberstein to come and give the nominating committee report.
Good afternoon. The nominating committee presents the following slate for 2015. President Roberto Lima, President-elect Gary Wolf, Vice President Glenn Cowan, Secretary-Treasurer Ron Jacobson, Admission Committee Chair Chip Brigsby, Study Committee Chair Jim Hartsfield, Component Representative Velmy Kolbersch, Past President Steve Marshall, Program Chair next year Taco Arujo, Admissions Secretary Mike Frazier, and new Admissions Committee member Jay Whitley. Thank you.
Good group. Thank you. Next, I'll invite Dr. Gary Wolf to give the President-elect report. Vice President report, excuse me. Yes, because Roberto decided to forego his report. Excuse me, thank you.
I also want to announce that tomorrow during that social hour, we have put together about 500 slides of the meetings ever since 2006 in a slideshow. It's been really fun to put that together. So hopefully you'll stop by wherever that's set up and take a look at those. We reviewed the survey results we did at the end of last year's meeting, and the clear winner was Cleveland for the 2017 meeting. We're going to see if we can beat that minus 17.
Minus 31.
No, actually it was pretty evenly divided between Florida and Southern California, with Arizona third. So we're going to move the meeting back to Southern California in 2017. Our top choices at this time are the Marriott Desert Springs in Palm Desert, the Grand Del Mar in San Diego, or returning to the St. Regis Monarch Beach at Dana Point. It was just a wonderful meeting that Robin organized. We're leaning toward Palm Desert for possibly, historically, warmer temperatures. But I guess I would like a sort of a show of hands, and it's just whether something on the ocean or something that might be a warmer toward Palm Desert. So anyone in those that would favor warmer Palm Desert? Keep them up. Okay, or the ocean, such as San Diego or Dana Point. I'm not going to make this as the official. And I think it's pretty close. Okay. We're working with Tom Nowitzki again and trying to work out the best rates, the best dates, and so that'll also, of course, factor into our decision. But any other comments, any recommendations, anyone have experiences in that area would certainly be welcome and appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I invite Dr. Ron Jacobson to give the Secretary Treasurer's report.
So there was a spring ballot that went out, and I won't list all the names because I think Chip is going to do that in the admissions committee report, but I'm pleased to say that the candidates were approved to go to first-year status. And remember, there's no more prospective affiliates anymore, so now this will be the last year that prospective affiliates are voted on to go to the second-year affiliate. Okay. So, also, I'm pleased to say that the sixth-year affiliate Toro Deguchi is now an active member. Congratulations to Toro. And seventh-year affiliate Jack King is now an active member. Congratulations to Jack. A couple other changes. Active to senior active status was approved for Mike Alpern, Russ Kittleson, Richard Kulbersh, and Gene Roberts, Rusty Long, and Alan Moffett. If there's anyone who would like to adjust their status from active to senior active, please come talk to me at the meeting, and we'll put it on the ballot for next year. Good news is the registration for the meeting has been excellent. We have 95 doctors that have registered and 56 spouses. Children, we've got 19 and a couple of guests, so the overall attendance is 172, which is outstanding. Yes, beef won. I thought that would be really important to put up there. There were no McDonald's Happy Meals put on, although I came really close. In a couple of cases, we're chasing after people to pick their choices, but it was a great registration. I'm pleased to say, well, I'll go over this, but we do have a really exciting younger group coming in and a lot of new members, and we're really excited about that. Senior active, we've got 6 of 9, which is great, and all of the retired, we have 8 of our retired members here, 43 of 46 for our actives. A couple of our affiliates weren't able to come. One just had a baby, and ultimately we have a great turnout this year. 8 candidates, 3 guests. This is very encouraging, and we're very excited to have you continue to bring on some new members, so inviting people for next year. The online registration, 60% of us used the online registration, which I'm really excited. It went beyond what I had thought would happen for the first year I was trying it. I hope most of you had a good experience. We really were tweaking it as we were going, so I appreciate everyone who gave it a try and let me know when it was glitchy. Many of you used PayPal, and I think that worked out really well. So again, as we do this every year, I'm hoping it gets easier and easier. Total registration fees we collected are due are $82,500. Total payments were $68,000, and we had $14,000 here were collected at the meeting, and Nina and the crew did great out there, so I appreciate their help in that. This was a big thing that changed this year, and I missed it, was that senior retired members, this was a bylaws change presented at last year's meeting, and I was so concerned about all of getting the registration material together that I forgot to put this into the registration that went out. So I apologize for the confusion, but it did state that our report stated that senior retired members are no longer required to pay dues, subscription costs, or assessments. They will not receive their journal unless special arrangements are arranged with the secretary. But then the key thing is they're expected to pay any meeting costs that are assessed at the annual meeting if they attend. That makes it sound from the bylaws like they're due for the full meeting expense, but actually at the board we had discussed charging them the spouse fee, so that senior retired members would be charged $375, or whatever the spouse fee will be for that particular meeting. And I think moving forward, that's what we'll be doing. So I apologize for the confusion. That's my inexperience, but next year it'll be clearly stated. The other thing technically was that the board had voted to increase dues last year because of some of our electronic expenses and expenses with insurance that we were taking on. And I did not include that increase for this year, but it will be in there for next year. It was going from $50 to $80. So that will be in next year's registration. Changes to the printed program so far. Pam Hansen is a new member of the study committee, and I missed that for the program. I apologize, Pam, but we're lucky to have you on board for the study committee, so thank you. Toro Deguchi will be presenting in the place of his father, who's not well, so thank you, Toro, for stepping in. Joe Hicken will be chair of the day on Tuesday to help for when Libby wasn't able to make it, and thank you, Joe. some of the addresses need to be updated. I'm going to pass around. You can do it in one of two places, really. I'm going to pass around a little booklet with a red pen. Please do it there. And the photo version of our roster will again be in the case display room. So please check out your photo if you want it changed. This, as Steve mentioned, we'll be doing it at the reception on Sunday. Now the addresses are the same. Some of you had made corrections to the program, and Gary made it in his Outlook file, but unfortunately I might have missed a couple getting into the roster. So now it's all done off of FileMaker. So if you can please let me know, I'll try to get it up to date. Our financial report, our checking account balance is a little over 71,000. Our savings balance is a little around 30. We do have an 18-month CD at a little over 35.